Good morning. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we have a couple news reports we'd like to share with you. Before I move to it, please remember to subscribe. Over 80% of the people who view my videos are not subscribers. I don't make a cent off from this. It's all about getting that information out. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to go to Rumble. I have a free account there. Doesn't cost you a cent. You can view. That's where all the good stuff is. The stuff I can't say without putting my channel in the YouTube jail. Anyway, without ado, let's go ahead and move to the first one. It says exclusive: the beginning of China's economic collapse. Largest issue of China's commercial paper, Evergrande, is facing bankruptcy. Entire world economy likely impacted. Another corporation involved in China's real estate bubble is about to pop. Yesterday, the Bangkok Post reported embattled Chinese property giant Evergrande on Wednesday suffered a second credit rating downgrade in 2 days, raising fears the world's most indebted company will default and send its shares tumbling below their listing price 12 years ago. Hong Kong-listed firm has run up a mountain of liabilities totaling more than $300 billion after years of borrowing to fund rapid growth and a string of real estate acquisitions, as well as other assets, including a Chinese football team. This morning, the situation is reportedly worse. This time, reports out of Hong Kong show that China's real estate giant Evergrande is in severe financial trouble due to its more than $300 billion in debt outstanding. Shares in the embattled Chinese property giant Evergrande have slumped again after 2 credit downgrades in 2 days, amid concerns that it will default on parts of its massive $300 billion debt pile. Evergrande, which is one of the world's most indebted companies, has seen its shares tumble 75% this year. They fell by almost 10% on Thursday morning to HK $3.35, which is below the listing price when the company floated on the Hong Kong market in 2009. Trading of one of the company's bonds was suspended by a Shenzhen stock exchange on Thursday morning after the price plunged 20%. The online market trading platform IG said Evergrande posed a risk of contagion after Bloomberg reported that Credit Suisse and Citibank were no longer accepting the bonds of another highly indebted Chinese property developer, Fantasia, as collateral. Evergrande issues commercial paper, unsecured, and IOUs to pay its debts. It happens to be the largest issue of commercial paper in China, worth $305 billion in debt, and its final duress. It's really surprising that China's real estate bubble would eventually impact the world economy. We've been warning of this for years. The second report is reports China may take over Bagram Air Force Base abandoned by Joe Biden. China denies the report. Joe Biden abandoned Afghanistan's Bagram airfield after nearly 20 years in July by shutting off the electricity and slipping away in the night without notifying the base's Afghan commander, who discovered the Americans' secret departure more than 2 hours after they left. The Taliban quickly took control of Bagram Air Base, which is only 30 miles north of Kabul, on August 15th and released thousands of terrorists held at its prisons. The Americans and Afghans left the Taliban military equipment, uniforms, rations, and even sport drinks. Now here's reports that China may take over the abandoned base. China denies the report. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley suggests recently that China had interest in Bagram via the U.S. News and World Report. China has considered deploying military personnel and economic development officials to Bagram Airfield, perhaps the single most prominent symbol of the 20-year U.S. military presence in Afghanistan. The Chinese military is currently conducting a feasibility study about the effect of sending workers, soldiers, and other staff related to its foreign economic investment program known as the Belt and Road Initiative in the coming years to Bagram, according to a source briefed on the study by Chinese military officials who spoke to the U.S. News on the condition of anonymity. A spokesman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry on Tuesday issued a carefully crafted denial of plans for imminent takeover of the military airfield, roughly an hour from Kabul, first established by the Soviets during their own occupation of Afghanistan, which at the height of the U.S. military presence there was the busiest in the world. Next report says, say what? COVID-positive patients are told the type of variant they're infected with cannot be legally disclosed. Earlier today, the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, announced that the former vice president would address the nation about his robust plan to stop the spread of the Delta variant and boost vacations. Paskey explained that Biden's hands were tied when it comes to implementing a mass vacation mandate. On Friday, Flashbang conveniently blamed the shocking jobs report on the Delta variant. There's no question the Delta variant is why today's jobs report isn't stronger. I know people were looking, and I was hoping for a higher number, but next week I'll lay out the next steps that we're going to need to combat the Delta variant to address some of those fears and concerns. He also talked about giving states more federal money to fight the variant. So how do we know the dangerous variant is actually the CCP virus variant spreading across America if patients aren't even allowed to know if they have it? Last month, I asked my primary care physician how doctors in her office know when a patient has the Delta versus the original version of the man-made CCP virus. She explained that labs were not checking for specific variants and that they have no way of knowing. So how do we know if the variant is really responsible for the increase in cases in Michigan? If they're not testing for it, I asked. She replied, we're just guessing. That's what it is because the variant is so contagious. So we're just supposed to trust the media, and Dr. Fauci are telling us right. Well, guys, I can't read any more of this because I might end up in YouTube jail. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thursday. This is Don V, broadcasting out of Arizona under sunny skies, and we are out of here.